Hey, Matt's Garage here. Well, if I haven't screwed up the directions, just down here on the left should be a 1987 Mercedes-Benz 300E, and I'm going to take a look at it. It's $500. It needs a water pump and a fan clutch, and that's about it. Apparently, other than that, it's ready to drive, so gonna be checking it out and possibly buying it for my new daily. So I'm pretty excited. I've been hunting for about 3 days now for a Mercedes. I actually went and looked at an 87 Mercedes 300E yesterday, and it was a piece of junk, so I passed on that one. But right now we're going to look at a 2000 C230 compressor, and we're hoping that that's going to be the one. It's $1,200, it's black, and we're hoping to drive it home today. Hey guys, well I believe this is what we're looking at today. Just going to take a quick video while I was waiting for the owners just walking up. Well, today's a very exciting day. I just bought this 1989 Mercedes-Benz 300E Coupe. My first Mercedes, my first German car. And I'm very thrilled with it so far. Drove it across town so far. Runs really nice. And so we'll get it home and give you a better look there. It's kind of cold out here today.
He didn't start, we gotta give him a jump. Please start, car. Stupid old man cut right in front of him.
Hey there, we're just heading home in the new Mercedes. This is actually the first time I've driven a Mercedes, or even a German car for that matter. And I have to say I'm really impressed. I'm really happy, guys. This thing is a peach to drive. It rides beautiful, the seat's comfortable, the steering feels just right. And this car is 30 years old, and it really drives like a new car still. The car does have a few glitches that we're going to have to deal with when we get home, including a bad battery I got to replace right away. It won't even start without a boost. So we're full of gas and we're just heading home, and we'll deal with it when we get there. Otherwise everything's running smoothly. Love the smell of this leather in here too. People always talk about the smell of an old Mercedes interior, and now I get what they're talking about. I do have a bit of a wind whistle. My driver's door is ill-adjusted. It doesn't close quite right either. But once we get that fixed up, she should be pretty silent in here. And we are using cruise control. All the features seem to work in this car. It's got this cool little economy gauge there. I don't know if you can see that well, but that gauge will go up in the red when you floor it. It's kind of funny. It tells you when you're burning too much gas. Just a little situation update. We got a blowout.
What are the tires like for driving?
Brand new. Very unfortunate. As you can see, they were newer tires. So we're currently waiting on a tow truck. Very busy stretch of highway here. Well, the tow truck's arrived, guys. Well, she's here at the shop, guys. Safe and sound. I just wanted to give you guys a quick walk around. Just loving this little coupe. I've always had a thing for the Mercedes with this front end, and then to have a coupe on top of it, just it's beautiful, and I love it, and I can't wait to get it all fixed up and to drive it and put some real miles on it. It's just so comfortable to drive. I'm already in love. There's a few defects. As you can see, the door doesn't quite open right there. I got to do some alignment. Look at that beautiful chrome plate. Like, this car is just really next level quality. Never owned a German car before, but I am truly impressed. This car drives amazing. It is so very smooth and just beautiful to drive. The steering feels just right. The suspension sops up all the bumps. The seats feel like they're just hugging you, and it's got plenty of go power with the 3-liter inline 6 there. It's nice and tight, and there's no rattles or squeaks. I mean, this is just a cheap car I bought for $1,200, guys. It's got 300,000 kilometers on it. I'll put a caption there for how many miles that is, but it really doesn't feel like it's got that many. It doesn't feel like it's got any real wear on it at all. It's nice and tight, handles great. As you can see, it's really nice and clean inside, actually. Seats are in overall really good condition. It does have this split in the driver's seats, pretty typical, and it looks like it's starting to do the same over on the passenger side. But I mean, for the age of the car, this is a 30-year-old car, so the back seat you can see is minty mint. This car does have one big defect. I don't know if you can notice from here, but the back window has a crack in it. You can see that, and I've actually heard that this glass is worth $2,500 if you get it from the Mercedes dealer in Canada. So I'll be keeping my eyes open for used glass. This car was apparently vandalized. I got quite a story with this car that it perhaps belonged to somebody who was selling things that were not quite legal, and perhaps he got on somebody's bad side, and so they vandalized the car. They smashed out the windshield. They slashed all the tires. So this car has a new windshield and new tires. Well, I guess the guy got some used tires for the rear, and they were kind of old. And so I had a blowout on this one. Luckily, it looks like the rim was unscathed in the event, and so I would say 100%. These are actually Pirelli tires, so certainly they weren't a cheap brand or anything. It was just the age that caused it to blow out. It went in the middle of a corner on the divided highway there. I noticed the car just getting rougher and louder. I knew something was up and I wanted to pull over, but I didn't want to pull over in the middle of the corner. So I kept going around the corner, and there happened to be an overpass there. I was able to pull off, way off to the side under the overpass, and we waited there for a tow truck. We had to wait for them to dispatch 2 tow trucks, one to sit down the highway and just make the scene safe, and then another one to load the car on. So now I just got to get a couple new tires for the back. And aside from that, the front ones are brand new. You can see I've got the 5th spare wheel here. I could have put that on when we got the flat, but honestly it was really too cold to do that kind of thing. And here's the other set of rims. These are the originals for the car, and I'll be putting some winter tires on those and running those during the winter. You can see the previous owners added these really nice blingy Mercedes rims. I guess they're off a bit newer model. The chrome looks really good, but they are starting to peel back. This one's not so bad, but some of the others actually have flakes missing right out of the face there. But still, they look pretty good, and I'll run them for a while, and maybe I can paint them eventually or something. And I also have the factory set that's just painted the standard gray color there, so I'm going to run those for winter. Those are 15s. These are the larger 16s, so they'll be my summer rims. We've got a rust spot here. That's fairly repairable. I'm just gonna weld a patch in there. It's not worth changing the panel just for that. And other than that, the car is fairly clean. There's a little bit peeking out there, I guess. I'm obviously gonna have to repaint this quarter panel at the very least. Had some previous accident damage by the look of it that was poorly repaired, and you can see there's some body filler there. What happens, you get a little chip in the paint or something, and body filler is mainly comprised of talcum powder, so the moisture gets in and works under the body filler, and this is the result. So I'll probably have to cut out a section here, a section here, and a section here, bare minimum. And then there's a bit of a dent here I'll have to repair. So not especially hard to repair that area. I wasn't too concerned about that. You can see there's somebody's just scuffed it up in a lot of places. Apparently the car had a wrap on it, and somebody thought it would be a good idea to scuff it first. You can see the whole roof's been scuffed, so I don't know if I'll try and compound that or just forget about it until I can paint it. Other defects. There's a crack there, that can be repaired. And then down there, that's a broken out piece, but again, there's actually glues, and I have the skills. I can glue a piece in there if I can't find a complete part for a reasonable price. I'm thinking of deleting these wipers. I'm not sure how others feel about them, but I'm not a big fan myself. And it needs a new battery and new strut plates and a few things. This antenna's busted, but the car actually came with another antenna to put on there. Looks like I'm missing my third brake light as well. And looks like there was a dent here. That's the surface rust. I may be able to grind that off. Trunk lid's not currently latching. I do have these emblems, they're in the trunk. You can see it's got a little bit of rust down here under the tail lights too. I guess that's all one piece with the quarter panels. So if I remove the tail lights, I should have good access to put some small patches in there and take care of that as well. I've got the iconic Mercedes star there, so that's nice. A couple of the cars I looked at were missing that. Anyways, I guess my grill's got a few cosmetic defects, but I'm not sure how fussy I'm going to get with that stuff because I am planning on using the car as a daily driver vehicle. So I got a couple little things like a piece of loose trim there. It doesn't actually look like the car has ever been in a significant accident, and underneath the vehicle's in really clean condition. Let's pop the hood here, and so there we go. It's a 3-liter inline 6. I was thinking, look how much room there is for turbos here, guys. Maybe in the future. And this car's got a neat feature. Apparently it's got a heated washer fluid reservoir. I think that's this, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's really nice for de-icing the windshield in our Canadian winters. And then it's got that cool single oscillating windshield wiper. Works really good. The owner demoed that for me, the seller. You can see the shock mounts are busted out, so I'm going to be, or the strut plates, I'm going to be getting new ones of those right away. All the electronics are hosed up in here. I think that's neat. I will have to be changing out that battery. The car's got factory ABS, and you can just see how clean everything here is, guys. This car's been well cared for. Probably garage kept. This car's got mechanical fuel injection. Seems to work pretty good. I haven't actually done a cold start on it yet, and it's just with the battery the way it is, things aren't quite running right, to be honest. But you can see the previous owner did the head gasket recently. He said there was an oil leak down the back of the engine there, so he went ahead and did a head gasket. Looks like he did a really good job. Everything's all cleaned up just like I would have done it. The engine, I'm going to be doing a oil treatment on it to try and free up the lifters are kind of noisy, so I want to try and get rid of that noise and then change out the oil, put some good oil in it, and get the transmission serviced and and put some good transmission fluid in it, new filter. And it is missing the hood insulator, which to me doesn't really factor too much. If I paint the car, I'll put some box liner on the bottom of it, would be my approach there. I don't really like those hood liners, the foam ones, because you can't wash them. Look at that, all that dust falling. It's annoying, and then rodents can get into them and build a nest. So I'd rather not have that on my car. So yeah, that's basically the rundown on my new Mercedes. I'm planning on driving the car daily, and whatever repairs I do to it will be shown on the channel as with my other cars. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. I've actually, this may come as a surprise that I bought this German car, but I've actually been planning it for a while, and I've always really liked the look of the Mercedes with this front end. And then when I found this coupe, I knew it was meant to be. This coupe is beautiful, so I'm very proud to own it. I'm so glad I got it. It wasn't easy to get, I'll tell you. There was over 5,000 views on the Kijiji ad, and the guy just was not getting back to me, so I went a little crazy and I started emailing him every 2 hours until he responded to me. But he was pretty cool about that when he did get back to me, and he gave me his phone number, and we got talking on the phone, and basically told him I was going to buy the car, and that was that. He didn't need to talk to anyone else. So he set up an appointment, and I went and looked at it and bought it. I mean, this is way nicer than the other Mercedes I went to look at, and it's a two-door, so when I fix it up, I'm really going to have a beautiful rare classic here. I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope you guys are too. Thanks a lot for watching Matt's Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and have yourself a great day. It's real wood, guys. That shifter's so smooth. Only thing that's lacking is cup holders. Oh, and the radio. But the radio's in the trunk. And I bought a lot of cars with the radios in the trunk. It seems to be a thing with me.